Everybody loves the American campfire. Don't you hear it calling your name? Everybody loves the American campfire.
Hey, my name is Ted Nugent. I'm having so much fun with this name tag. I am having the greatest hunting season of my life. Right now, I'm drunk on venison. I'm drunk on spirit. I'm drunk. You know, I spend most of my days, the first 3 hours of every day and the last 3 hours of every day, in the cleavage of the Lord. Now, you can get in the lap of God if you want, but I think it's more snugly in the cleavage of God, because it might be female. My world, it is. Anyhow, welcome back to the Spirit Campfire. It feels like a campfire, doesn't it? I'm going to a real campfire that I will turn into a campfire, a spirit campfire. But I just did a special Star-Spangled Banner for John Brinkus, who started the Spirit Campfire with me many years ago, who's got this Brinks TV. And I unleashed a Star-Spangled Banner firestorm of piss and vinegar and attitude and positive love and energy. And it was to raise women in sports, that only women should be participating in women's sports. I know I'm a radical. I know I'm an extremist where only women should box women. But the Joe Biden gang, the girls on The View, think that men should beat the living tar out of women in an Olympic boxing match. So I want to thank everybody who invited me to do the Veterans Night for the Green Berets, a wonderful charity, the Special Forces Charity Trust. See, that's why I have this attitude, because I work with these guys. So remember, when I speak for the best people in the world. So support CentryH2O.com. I put CentryH2O.com filtered water. It's actually a treatment in my Minutemen coffee. If you want to be a roustabout force to reckon with for good over evil in real America, support those that support this big mouth. It's such a pretty little mouth. And nothing but truth, logic, and common sense comes spewing out of this We the People, Real America Voice Spirit Campfire mouth. So speaking of Real America Voice Spirit Campfire pretty mouth, I've got the founder of HunterNation.org. Keith, Mark, you are a force to reckon with. You know, we've known each other for many, many years. But I always say that I, in my roustabout, defiant, We the People, take no prisoners, truth, logic, and common sense jihad, that I am what the founding fathers wanted all Americans to be, to demand constitutional accountability from our elected employees. And Keith, Mark, you get the T-Rex Scrotum Award of the Year, because you are exactly what the founding fathers wanted Americans to be. I thank you. Tell us about the ongoing upgrade of conservative voting thanks to the creation of your HunterNation.org, which we're going to have on the screen the whole time. Keith, happy hunting season and happy voting 2024.
Thank you. And let's call it our HunterNation.org, Ted, because obviously you were there when this thing got founded. You and I have been fighting this fight long before we came up with and created HunterNation.org. But let's talk about some nuts and bolts things right off the bat. Hunters only vote about 50% of the time. The people that are listening to your show are probably the 50% that vote. So we need them to go out and kick their fellow hunters in the backside, get them off their tree stands, out of the marsh, out of the fields to go vote. Pennsylvania, you must be registered by October 21 if you're going to vote. Arizona, it's coming up quick. Same as Georgia, October 7. Florida, October 7. So you got to make sure you got a tag to go vote, hunters. You got to have a tag to go vote. Michigan, of course, you can register all the way up if you're in person day of. Wisconsin, day of election registration. But get your tag to vote and then make a plan to vote. And Ted, why is it so important? Let's talk about some of these critical states. So Hunter Nation at HunterNation.org, through our proven Get Out the Vote campaign, we're going to work in 5 states. In Arizona, there are 112,000 hunters that rarely vote, if at all. Of that, at least 20,000 of them are not going to come to the polls if Hunter Nation doesn't get involved down in Arizona. And remember, that election in Arizona was decided by less than 11,000 votes. I could go through all these numbers with you. Georgia, The number is astronomical as far as the number of hunters that don't vote. And if Hunter Nation can get the funding we need to get into Georgia, we're going to put at least 70,000 new hunter votes on the board. And just remember, in Georgia, last go round, the election was decided by less than 12,000 votes. Michigan,
Amazing.
All these other states, it's the same, Ted. So here's my plea today. It's twofold. Number one, multifolded. Hunters, if you're listening and you vote, thank you. Get out and vote early so there's no chance that something comes up, like you get a big buck on your trail camera election day and you're like, oh, heck with it, I'm going to go hunt. If you're in a state that allows voting early, get registered, make a plan to vote, and go vote, and then get 10 of your friends. I encourage everyone out there to go to huntthevote.org, huntthevote.org, and find out if you are, first of all, registered to vote, confirm you are, make a plan, pledge that you are going to vote at huntthevote.org, and for God's sakes, get out and vote. I know, Ted, you talk about this all the time, and people think it's rhetoric or hyperbole. This is the most important, most critical election of your and mine's lifetime. If any of you out there are watching these debates, listening to what each candidate believes when it comes to God, our faith, our family, our hunting lifestyle, guns, the border, law and order, the Constitution, the choice, hunters and fellow patriots, couldn't be more clear. You have evil, I believe, clearly evil on one side and good on the other. Now, we're a not-for-profit. We're not going to tell you who to vote for, but for God's sake, is it really that difficult, Ted? Aren't the choices pretty obvious? Huntthevote.org. Make sure you're registered. It's state specific. It's so simple that even a dumb bow hunter like me can figure it out. Huntthevote.org, make a plan, pledge, and then go vote. And then here's my last plea. Go to hunternation.org. It's the money that we raise at hunternation.org that allows us to go reach those 50% of hunters. Not you guys that are listening, but the other set of hunters out there that just don't participate. If you go to hunternation.org and become a member, you'll get all kinds of great stuff. Your chance to win a hunt with Ted Nugent, signed stuff by Ted Nugent. But most importantly, you're going to help us in this fight to get our apathetic hunting brothers and sisters off their ass and into the voting booth.
Yeah, Keith,
How's
you've
that
been
for
on
a
this.
rant,
We did this a long time before we went to work in 2016 because we saw that the other side was against freedom. They wanted to ban guns. I mean, literally, they wanted America to be like San Francisco, a gun-free zone, which basically, as they import murderers and carjackers and rapists and child sex traffickers, they would love to see the good Americans who are defiant and the hardest working, most generous, loving, giving people in the world. They'd like to see us unarmed as they're importing people who were raised to hate America. So Hunter Nation really nails the most important thing, and that's what I call worse than Nazism, worse than the Klan, worse than communism, worse than tyrants and dictators and kings and emperors, apathy. And you nailed it. We realized that when we talked to a new candidate back in 2016, when they said they didn't care about hunter voting. We only have 3 minutes left here, but we need to drive home that those that don't vote, and they are listening. Every weekend I have a Sunrise Acres campfire, and today I'm going to see 20-some families. Do you know that every weekend there are hunters that have never voted? And I walk right out of my chair at the campfire and I scold them and I go, then you're in the liability column. If you're not voting God, family, country, law and order, private property rights, taxation, accountability, boy, that's a dream. If you're not voting those core values, you're not neutral. You're actually assisting the enemy that is against everything good and quality of life about America. So, Keith, I can't thank you enough. I know you've given up millions of dollars. You've given up hunting season after hunting season. So everybody, please follow this proven system, hunternation.org. Just go there. And the most important thing that you said, I'm going to reiterate, I say it every time. If you're in the asset column, but you know people that don't vote, fix them. Everybody knows dozens of people, especially during this wonderful hunting season. You're going to be sharing campfires and breakfast at the diner. Talk to them. And if somebody goes, no, I don't vote, you got to get in their face and go, dear God in heaven, man, go to hunternation.org or huntthevote.org and be a force for real America. That's the battle cry. We have 1 minute left. We've seen the changes. Tell us in detail, again, 1 minute, about what we did in Louisiana, because the apathy in Louisiana, sportsman's paradise, and all kinds of liberals and anti-hunters and anti-gun people were weaseled in till Hunter Nation got involved, and we got constitutionalists across the board. The proof is in the pudding.
62,500 hunters that either hadn't voted at all or voted once in the last year at 8 years turned out and voted in Louisiana. 21,000 plus hadn't voted in 8 years in an election that was decided by 17,000 votes. It can happen. Ted, listen, you're friends with Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Don Jr. All of these people have podcasts. I want to go on there. They can all help us. This is all about, like our founding fathers, starting a spark that'll turn into a flame, that'll turn into an inferno. We need help. If you're listening, go to hunternation.org, become a member. If you know Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Don Jr., Elon Musk, any of these people, tell them to take a look at what we have accomplished right here, our plan for 2024. Hunters and gun owners can change the trajectory of America if we just vote. Help us at Hunter Nation.
Bottom line is, thank you, Keith. You're absolutely correct. So everybody, let's pray for our friends in those flood and storm-hit states. Good Americans are showing their love and their generosity, and they're fighting the government who does not have any love or generosity. HunterNation.org and HuntTheVote.org. Keith, I love you, buddy. Have a wonderful hunting season, and let's take this country back. Everybody, I love you. See you next week.